Hey, my name is Liz. I am a metalsmith, and this is a little game I like to play called WTF, which stands for What the Fate. What the Fate is something that I originally started doing on TikTok, and it is where I put a die into the WTF machine, roll it, and let fate decide what the piece of jewelry that I'm gonna make is gonna look like. Today I'm making a ring, and I don't have many supplies, and it's also late and cold, and I don't wanna be here for very much longer, so I'm only gonna roll for stone, band, and 2 embellishments. I'm also going to be using a lot of vintage broken jewelry incorporated into this piece. So the 2 embellishments are going to be pieces of vintage broken jewelry, and some of the bands are also vintage broken jewelry. Okay, so there are 12 stone choices. I've got a D12 here. I'm going to put it into my little contraption and let it tell us which stone to use in our ring. 3. Stone number 3. I've got them all here numbered in this bag. I was trying not to look at them when I was putting them in the baggies, so it would be a surprise to me. I don't remember what stone 3 is, so let's find out together, shall we? Stone 3, okay. Stone 3 is this incredible blue labradorite. Look at that flash. Beautiful. Okay, so now we're gonna roll for band. There are only 8 band choices. I'm gonna use this D8. Band number 7. I've got all the band choices written on this piece of paper, and again, I don't remember what 7 was, so let's see. Okay, 7 is pattern, 2 patterns. So I've got a pair of pattern wire in here. So that is what I will use for the band. Last but not least, we are rolling for embellishments. So there are 12 embellishments. I'm gonna roll a D12. Like I said, the embellishments are all pieces of old broken vintage jewelry. So I just have to take little parts of whatever I get and incorporate that into my ring somehow. Embellishment number 1 is 4. And again, I have all of the embellishments in these bags, and I don't know what 4 is. 4 is, okay. 4 is this big bracelet, big silver bracelet that seems to have a little turquoise stone, which I don't think I will use because I don't think that would go very well with the labradorite, but I will use these links in some way. And then embellishment number 2 is 6. And embellishment 6 is this little earring. It's just like a silver dome with kind of a screw thing on the back of it. I will get a close-up of all this stuff. Usually I'm much more organized when I do these WTF videos. I have everything like written down really nice and organized when I would do them on TikTok. I have come to the conclusion that I hate TikTok, and I would much rather do them in a long format on YouTube. So bear with me while I try to figure it out. I just had a hair up my ass tonight and I wanted to do one because it's been a long time since I've done one and they're so fun. So bear with me while it's not super organized right now. I have plans in the new year to really start focusing on these because I just like really love them. I feel like they make me like so much more creative as an artist. So, oh, I forgot. Okay, there's one more thing I want to roll for: size. So I'm gonna roll a D12. If it's anything between a 5 and a 12, that'll be the size. If it's below that, I'll roll again. So size 11. Hell yeah. All right, let's go. Okay, so it is like 9:15. Usually I'm only at my studio until about 10, but I told my boyfriend to pick me up at 11 tonight because I really want to do this. So I am allowed to use a little bit of silver to put behind my stone, and I can use silver to go around my stone, but everything else has to come from these pieces. So I like how the little earring and the stone are like similar in shape and size. I do have to remember that this is gonna be a ring. Holy shit, I'm so cold. I do apologize if you can hear my heater. It is just so cold that I can't turn it off while I'm doing this. This bracelet is a really interesting piece to try to incorporate into a ring. Obviously, I need to take it apart to be able to do something with part of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and take one of these links off. Okay, so originally I was like just gonna use this little flowery looking part and like put the stone on top of it, and then I was like, that's boring, that's like way too safe. So I threw that flower piece away altogether. I didn't think I was gonna reuse a stone setting because I didn't like the little stone that was in the bracelet. It was this little thing. I don't even think it's a stone. I think it's a little piece of lucite, which is like plastic. So I was like, man, I'm probably not gonna have a stone that would fit this, but I actually did find a little green aventurine stone that fits perfectly. It's just, this setting is way too tall for it, so I'm gonna have to adjust that. This is hard to show, but otherwise it fits perfectly. So my new and adventurous plan is to take my earring and put it this way so that it's like a little bowl almost. Then I'm going to set my labradorite stone on top of it, and then I'm going to set the little green aventurine on the side of it, and then put a split shank, which means like just two bands where it splits into like a Y on either side, and make it like this really funky, cool, tall, dynamic ring. And I have like an hour to do that because we had technical difficulties, and it's 9:50. And Zach is gonna come get me at 11. Let's see if I can do it. I have no idea if this is gonna work. This might be the end of the video right here if this thing doesn't solder. Actually, we have an even more complicated thing to do after this. And let's see, it's 10:24, so making bad time, but we're doing it. Let's see if I can get this dome soldered on without melting it, because it's really thin silver. Wow, Somehow I soldered that on there. Can you see that? Somehow I successfully soldered this on. Whew. Now I just have to get this tiny little bezel on the side of this thing, again, without melting it, and then the band, and then we're home free. Still a lot of steps. This ring is a prime example of why these fate chosen pieces are so cool. They always turn out so unique, and I do things that I would never think to do, just like off the top of my head. Like, what the hell? That is so cool. Now we just have to put the band on and the metal work will be done. It's like 3 minutes till 11, so Zach should be here soon. I can't believe how cool this turned out, and everything just like worked so smoothly. I kind of feel like it's the universe being like, yes, do more of this. I do apologize for not filming like every step and getting super in depth with this one, but this is just an example of a WTF, and this is a really freaking cool one. This is actually the first ring that I've ever done, and I'm so happy with it. I am going to pickle this and show you the finished piece tomorrow, but for you it'll be in like 5 seconds. I'm gonna go home and not be here. I've been here all day. I've been here since like 3, I think, and it's 11. So, wow. I'm really proud of this one. I hope if you liked this at all, you will subscribe. I promise that these will get better and more organized. This was just a fast one, but if you enjoyed it, follow along and there will be more. I'll do the outro tomorrow and you'll see the finished piece. All right, bye for tonight. Hi, new day, new maroon beanie. I pickling, by the way, I didn't explain this in the last video, but a little metalsmithing tidbit of knowledge. If you hear me say that word, it just means to put your piece of jewelry into a little bath of warm vinegar and salt. That's what I use. Some people use chemical pickles. Vinegar and salt makes me less anxious, makes me think that I'm gonna die less breathing it. When you put your jewelry into that little bath, it takes all the fire scale off, which is like the oxidization that happens when you heat silver. Like the copper and stuff like comes out and turns the metal weird colors. I think that's what happens. I don't know. I'm not a freaking scientist. I just make the jewelry. But it takes the metal from like a crusty, gross, rusty color to like a nice white. And then I oxidized it. So I put it in a stinky bath of liver of sulfur and it turned it black. So I'm gonna set the 2 stones and then I'm going to finish it off. We're almost done. Join me. Little bit of a pain, but I got both stones set. I'm ready to finish this ring. I just need to use some pumice powder, which is like finely ground up like pumice stone. You know, like the things you rub on your crusty old feet to get your calluses off? It's the same stuff. It just gives a really good matte finish, and it takes all of this oxidization off in the spots that you don't want it. It's done. Cue cinematic shots. I don't know what that was. So that's a WTF. The dice told me what to do, and I abided. I love how this turned out. My only regret about this is that I didn't put little ball bearings inside that bowl, because then it could have been like a little maraca. I have actually made a ring like that before, and it was so cool, so I should have done that with this. I hope you guys enjoyed that. This is my favorite way to create jewelry, and I am going to be opening up WTF ring customs in the new year, where I think I'm gonna like group together like similar stones, like okay, here's turquoise stones, here's pink stones, here's whatever, and then group them into like price categories. So like, okay, this turquoise stone with like one embellishment and whatever would be $100, and this like nicer fancier stone with 2 embellishments would be this much. I'm gonna sit down and work that out over the next couple weeks, and then I'm gonna hit that hard in the new year, because I really want this WTF thing to be like what I do on the internet and how I make jewelry. It's not gonna be the only thing I post on this channel though. I have so many ideas for so many other crafts. I know other artists feel me, and I hope that you guys are also gonna pursue what you want to pursue in the new year. It's so exhausting to just be constantly chasing what's popular, what will people like, and not like what is setting your soul on fire. Although obviously, like, we have to make money, we have to buy groceries. It's a delicate balance. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Stay tuned, subscribe. I'm gonna be posting a lot more of these, and a lot more just like weird random craft videos. I wanna do something with the floor over here. I need a carpet, and I have a cool idea for something that I wanna do for the carpet, and I need to keep decorating these walls. I'm gonna be posting a lot. So if you are into it, then subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you later. Bye.